Hey, check your comments. Rico, conspiracy? It's not a conspiracy. Look up. All those thumbs down. You can't walk around the street talking about those things that were presented. And I tried my best to be very neutral in regards to what I show you. I can't tell you how to feel. Obviously, I feel a certain way. My grandmother was sexually assaulted by a priest, so I have insight. I understand that priests molesting children, and it doesn't get talked about in the news, but in other news outlets, they do discuss it, but it's not near as much discussed as it should. It's hidden, so it gets worse. Yesterday, I was telling somebody how there's a retirement community for priests next to Disneyland. And no one discusses how many children go missing per year at Disneyland. They look at it as this what? It's got the shiny veneer, and they think it's this magical place. And I don't see it that way. It's a hot spot for children turning up missing. It's a pedophile hunting ground. I don't take children there. I don't suggest children go anywhere where there's large groups. It's easy for them to be kidnapped, abducted. It's not a conspiracy. It's real. It has to do with herd mentality. We shouldn't go anywhere where large groups of people gather. My work also tells you shouldn't really believe anything that comes out of my mouth. You should investigate it for yourself. I just cause a window to open in your brain, and you see an avenue you didn't see before. You see a road you couldn't see before. I gave you a detail you weren't aware of, and it changed your mind or made you see something differently. So it opens doors. But all of a sudden, there isn't even doors. You're just in this big fucking room. There's no walls, there's no barriers, there's nothing. There's no ceiling either. No limits. You limited yourself because of belief. What happens when you don't believe a thing? Nothing. And you challenged everything. You have your own opinion about everything, but you don't really believe anything. Isn't that a belief system? Not to believe a thing? Shouldn't believe people. So complicated about that. You shouldn't believe anybody. You shouldn't believe a preacher, your father, your mother, nobody. Hey, let me know. You fucking hate me for saying that shit. My work questions your beliefs from the core. The hell do you know? Bible's been burned, rewritten, translated hundreds of times, same as the dictionary, same as the history books. You have to use your brain here. Reality's been inverted, perverted. You've been given the reflection of truth in school, not truth. You were given the mirror reflection of truth. You were not given the things of the universe in a truthful manner. They gave you the reflection, the opposition. They gave you the opposite. They gave you the reflection. They gave you the mirror image of it. They gave it to you backwards, deliberately. on purpose. Your reality is controlled because your vocabulary is controlled on purpose. 113,000 words in the dictionary. You know 1,000 of them, if you're lucky. The education system is to program people, not make better people. It's to mold them to act and behave according to how government wants them to behave. It's to emotionally hardwire them with reactions to the things that they observe. They see things and then they decide they're good or bad based on the preconditionings that they received since birth. This applies to any and all countries. Not just this one. Takes a real racist to be able to think of that out, huh? Takes a real racist bigot to figure out that words label and define the shapes of things that are pre-existing your existence. Doesn't matter what color you are. Doesn't matter what gender you are. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Geometries and the shapes of things are pre-existing in nature before your existence. Takes a pretty big brain to figure that fuck out, doesn't it? The shapes of things were pre-existing, the words for them. You created the words to describe the shapes that you were observing. Technology evolves because of observations. You observe things and you create technology based on your observations. They limit what you're aware of. They limit your observations. They control art to keep you within the square reality, a squared reality, compassed and squared. They compassed you, they squared you. You were conditioned in a stationary manner so they could do such a thing. The hiding ritual, the graduation ceremony, it is the final act. You are encompassed, you are squared, and you are reduced, you are dunced, you are done in a degree at a time. Exchanged your soul time for a degree, a reduction, a regression. You didn't get smarter because of it. You got stupider. If I was wearing a suit and tie, you would react differently to what I'm saying. Because your ego would trigger differently because of how I look. If I shaved, you would say differently about what I just said. You emotionally react based on what you see. Isn't that amazing to know? Just my clothing will change your attitude about the words I said. So shallow people are. It's disgusting.